Hi GNG listeners and watchers, I'm Whitney, and as the resident book nerd at Girly Nerdy Goodness, I decided that I would start doing some book reviews on video for you guys, specifically comic books. I'm just now getting more into reading comics, and I'd heard good things about this series called Y the Last Man. So for a while I would just go to Borders and sit for an hour and a half or so and read a volume at a time, because I just didn't really feel like investing in them all at once, because there are 10. And then a friend decided to loan his copies to me, so yay, thank you Nick. He'll probably never watch this, but you're a good guy. So first off, I just want to say that this is a great series. The basic concept is that this kind of plague thing wipes out every man on Earth except for one. This kid named York Brown, he's like in his early 20s, and his pet monkey also survived. So the first volume is called Unmanned, and it's just basically like an introduction to the plague and then what the world is like immediately after. There's kind of like a bunch of different groups start forming. One's called Daughters of the Amazon, and they're just totally against men, and then you kind of see what's happening to the country's government when so many men were in cabinet positions. So the person that becomes president was like Secretary of Agriculture or something like that. I don't really remember. But yeah, the first one just kind of gives you a look into that. And York's main goal in the series is to find his girlfriend Beth, who was in Australia at the time of the plague hit, and they were on the phone when it happened. He just proposed to her, so he's hell-bent on getting to her and whatever. And then throughout the series he gets into contact with a doctor named Allison Mann, who is convinced that she's responsible for the plague because she was working on some crazy cloning experiment, and somehow she thinks that it's her fault. And then he's also set up with kind of a secret agent type, Agent 355 of this group called the Culpa Ring, and she's supposed to protect him. And basically everywhere they go, someone's either trying to kill him or kidnap him or have sex with him, basically. It's surprisingly not that many people want to have sex with him, though. You'd think people would just be jumping all over the last man on Earth, but more people want to kill him or use him as like a political tool to gain some footing for their country or whatever. So there's so many different groups after him. And at some points it can get a little repetitive, because I'm like, who's after him now, and what do they want? Do they want to kill him? Why are they doing all these weird things? But for the most part, it's a really, really great story, and there were points during it when my jaw would literally drop because I just get like this huge shock, and it's just, it definitely keeps you turning the pages. I would say that for sure. Every volume, even the ones that I thought were a little less exciting than others, were still good. So I really, really liked this series, and I would definitely recommend it for people that are into kind of sci-fi type things, because it's not only science fiction, but it's a lot of a character study too. So it was really good. And that's really all I have to say. I think next month I'll be talking about the Scott Pilgrim series, which I absolutely love. And the last book will be coming out in July, so you can look forward to that for me.